everyone, welcome to another episode of Millionaire Whisperer. So Joe, what are we going to review today?
River Modern!
Yes! Okay, this is one of the most highly anticipated prominent launch in District 9. And what is so exciting about this project is that because it's just within minute walk to Great World MRT, you have the Great World Mall that's in front of you that you never go hungry, and also you are within 1 kilometer to River Valley Primary School. So for those aspiring parents who want to put your kids into good school, this is something that you shall not miss. Okay, so let's look at some of the rapid facts about this development. The developer is none other than Gokuland. Okay, the 99 years will start from February 2025. 2 stories of 36-story high building. Okay, total of 455 units, and the estimated TOP will be 2030. So let's move on to the unit mix. Alright, so this development comprises of the 2, 3 and 4 bedroom, and there's no 1 bedder, which means that most people who buy this development are likely going to buy for own stay.
So what is the big deal of River Modern? One of the key highlights is definitely the fact that it is facing Singapore River. We all know throughout the world, be it Shanghai, be it London, there's definitely a prestige that's associated to facing the national river. So let's take a look at the stocks of properties that is facing this Singapore River. So first of all, we have properties like Riviera. Unfortunately, this falls under District 3, whereas River Modern is a true blue District 9 property that is facing the Singapore River. We also have Zion Grand, which has glimpse of the Singapore River, but that falls under District 3 as well. One of the most prominent river-facing property is Rivergate, which is still popular till today. And if you do a comparison of Rivergate against Martin Place, Rivergate grew 90% since its launch, and Martin Place did very well as well, but it only grew 50%. So this is the magic of facing the river.
So right now, let's go straight to the pricing. The land bid for River Modern is 1420 PSF per plot ratio. So if you add in your 20% profit and also your harmonization, we are expected to launch at about 3030 per square feet.
Moving on to the unit mix in River Modern, we have a total of 70 units of 2 bed, 1 bath. We're expecting the quantum to be coming in at about 1.6 mil, which is definitely a very sweet spot. In fact, in Lantor, some of the remaining units is almost as high as 1.7 to 1.8. And if you are able to come in 1.6 for a core central property, that's definitely a steal. In order to secure a better queue number, do connect with us so that we can help you to secure a good unit over here. Let's take a look at the 2 bed, 1 bath. We have one of the unit which is 538 square feet. For this unit, it is actually a dumbbell layout. You do not have to pay for your aircon ledge. You have a decent size for your dining, which fit up to a 4-seater. My only complaint about it is actually an open concept kitchen. But the good thing about it is that they actually have an extra area that is for your pantry. Okay, so for the 538 square feet, you will be facing towards the orchard side. So what do you think about the view, Victor?
Not much of a view, to be honest. Alright, but again, if you can get something of a higher floor, maybe about 20 stories above, you should be able to clear a view.
Okay, moving on, we have a total number of 105 units of 2 bed, 2 bath over here. We're going to take a look at one of the layout. This is actually the 646 square feet layout. You basically have 2 bedroom, which is a dumbbell layout. I thought the corridor to the bedroom 2 is a bit long. You get to access bathroom 2 via the common bedroom as well. And this is once again an open concept kitchen. What do you think about open concept kitchen?
I think it really depends on your objective and purpose. I feel, of course, today if you are buying for own stay, I prefer to have a nice enclosed kitchen. But if your purpose is just to invest, I think usually tenants nowadays, they don't really cook so much. They grab from home. So to me, I don't think kitchen will be a big issue.
Alright, and in fact, in this layout, right, you will have the view towards the MBS as well if you're high enough. Okay, moving along to 2 bed, 2 bath, we have another layout type B3, 678 square feet. Your balcony faces towards south. You will have a good view of the river. I expect this layout to be very popular because you have a very commonly accepted island kitchen, which most people prefer. Dumbbell layout, no wastage of space to the bedroom. This layout coupled with the other layout, which is the 689 square feet B4 layout, are likely to be the most popular 2 bed because you actually have the river view facing.
And these 2 bed, 2 bath will price between 1.9 to 2 million. Right now, let's move on to the 3 bedroom. So for the smallest 3 bedroom, the size is 797 square feet. In fact, if you look at all the rooms, you can actually fit a queen size bed for all the rooms. And the 3 bedroom here all faces the MBS, which means you get the best view in this area.
And we're expecting the pricing to be coming in at 2.4 mil up, which is a fantastic price quantum to enter Core Central over here. In fact, a lot of the 2 bed over here, like Martin Place, Rivergate, people have paid almost $3 million for a 2 bed, and you get get to enter 500,000 off for a 3-bed over
I think
here.
it's a huge saving.
Moving on to the next 3-bed, this is actually 829 square feet. This is a more proper kitchen. It's the typical C-shaped kitchen. And tell us a little bit more about the layout.
Yeah, I think this is a very dumbbell layout, which is very highly recognized and also highly preferred in this area, because if you look at all the older condos, most of them, their rooms are all tucked in at one corner. So I think what separates this layout compared to the rest is that I think the dumbbell layout will definitely be hot selling in the resale market.
Okay, quantum-wise, we are expecting this to be
2.5. So again, it's so much lower in terms of quantum compared to all the resales in that area. Okay, so for this 3-bedroom, it has this 893 square feet layout. So what I like most about this layout is that it has a bigger dining room and also a flexi room whereby you can use it as a Zoom room, you can use it as a work from home, or even a storeroom. So the average price for this kind of layout is 2.7 million, and you get the MBS view for this step.
I know sometimes when we hear 893, my goodness, for a 3-bed, a lot of the consumers up there will feel that, you know, it is very tiny. We'd like to invite you to really come and take a look at this River Modern show flat together with us, really come and feel the space to really understand, is it really worth a buy? Yeah, instead of just judging it from the floor plan, 893 is like really small.
And moving on to the next 3-bedroom layout, you have this 904 square feet layout. So what separates this layout from the rest is that you got a very nice tucked-in kitchen right at the end, which is near to your balcony. Okay, and for the quantum of this layout, it costs between 2.7 to 2.8 layout. And from here, you actually get a very nice river view, right, if you were to look out from your balcony.
Okay, personally, I do not quite like the idea that there is a balcony that is extended to the kitchen. I thought that we do not really need such a big space, but if you're actually renting it out, I guess the expat will like this kind of big balcony where you can really chill at the long balcony.
Yeah, okay, and moving on to the next 3-bedroom. Wow, Joe, this is really huge, 1098 square feet. But I think this kind of layout will be very well received in this area because you have a very wide wall-to-wall distance, which is almost about 5.5 meters. So which means that for this view, homeowners, they can actually get a panoramic view of the entire river view.
Personally, I really love this layout. In fact, it reminds me so much of my Martin Modern, which is 1399 square feet. In fact, for a 3-bed, right, for it to have a wall-to-wall of almost 5.5 meters, that would be fantastic. The whole layout, I would expect it to be super nice. It will be really nice for hosting because you have a very big spacious hall.
Okay, so moving on to the next layout, which is the 1109 square feet. Honestly, there's not much difference between this layout and the 1098 layout. Just that, right, for this, you are actually facing more into it. Okay, and let's move on to the most sexy layout, which is the 1464 layout. Wow, Joe, this is very highly livable. Wow, this is really one of my dream layout and one of the best things that I feel that I would ever want to own. Okay, because over here, what you can actually see that you get four very spacious bedroom, and not only just that, the living dining, where you have a very wide landscape view. And the price for this will be between about 4.3 to 4.5 million.
Alright, so it's a choice of do you want to get a landed or do you want to be in core central having a 4-bed.
So right now, let's move on to the king of king, one of the best, most efficient layout in this whole development, the 4-bedroom at 1830 square feet. Okay, look at the amount of space in the living dining room. The wall-to-wall distance is 6.3 meters, and coupled with, look at how big this dining space is, you can easily fit even a 10-seater or even a 12-seater dining table over
You
here.
must come and see this show flat.
Yes.
It's simply amazing.
Yes, and in regards to this layout, I can tell you guys, it's super rare. Even if we look at the neighboring Riviera, right, the 4-bedroom, guess how much is the owner asking for? Almost 9 billion. Okay, almost 9 million. And if you were to go for this layout, developer likely to go to launch at only at 5.5 to 5.8 million. And Joe, I have a very huge concern over here. So today, if I buy into District 9, right, because there's some influencers that say that District 9, right, won't make money, right? So Joe, I have this concern. Who will buy from me in future?
Alright, let's take a look at some of the downtown projects. Who are the buyers? We actually have the statistics for River Green, which is actually another District 9 property. Interestingly, the most number of buyers actually came from District 19. And if you were to take a look also at Sky at Holland, there's a huge pool of buyers that came from District 19. And
Wow.
moving along, Zion Grand is the same statistic. Huge pool of buyers coming from District 19 and District 3 as well, which is quite understandable because Zion Grand is in District 3. Promenade Peak, same statistics. We have a huge number of people coming in from District 3 and District 19. So we want to understand, why are Singaporeans who are staying in District 19 able to afford this property? So today we're going to take a look at a case study. For example, if you are owner of 100 Palms, you had bought a 3-bed at 800 over 1,000 back then. Today, you would have made easily a profit of $800,000 to almost $1 million. Long story short, at that point, you have put in a down payment of $170,000. Today, with your profit of $800,000 to $1 million, easily this person will have a capital of $1.2 million. For $1.2 million, this person will be able to easily afford a property of $3.6 million without touching even their own saving over these 5 to 8 years. So I'm not surprised that any of the people who have an EC in District 19, they will be easily able to afford any of the 3-bed or even the 4-bed here. So bro, what are you waiting for? Are you going to get a 4-bed here?
I'm going to get a 5-bed, but there's no 5-bed here. And I just checked, if you look at the neighboring condos like Rivergreen, Promenade Peak, only 2% of them are foreigners, and they are the 2% that pay this 60% ABSD. Whereas I think for most of them...
No, I don't think they paid 60%. In fact, this number of foreigners, right, they include US citizens, which since they have the privilege to have this free trade, they are buying it at a Singaporean rate. So we just want to assure the audience out there, for call central properties, it's no longer like the past. In fact, with the quantum that we are sharing with you, you're almost entering a lot of the city fringe quantum. It is affordable today, and we no longer need to rely on foreigners to buy our call central. And this will be the same situation when you want to offload your property. You know, interestingly, I just want to share something personal. All of you know that I have a unit at Martin Modern. Do you know who did I offload my Martin Modern?
To a local HDB upgraded from Tiong Bahru.
Yes. And I was amazed. Actually, I did a rough check who bought my unit, right? They actually own some businesses, but they really sold off their fully paid 5-room HDB in Redhill, and they just love this area. And they are able to afford to buy a 4 mil resale property from the first owner. So rest assured, if you're approaching River Modern as a home investment, meaning to say you love this property just like me, you love this area, you like the vibes, as you stay, you are also earning from this property. So it's called what I call stay and you earn property. So bro, would you buy Sun Sing?
Oh, let me touch my heart. Yes, I can feel my heart now. Okay, so I think this place generally, right, in terms of the amenities, in the flow of food wise, is really a very convenient place to be in because I can get my regular food.
Actually, it's quite interesting. Your consideration is always about, is there food?
Yes, correct. So, I mean, I can get all my daily necessities within a short walk away, you see. But the question is, right, unless you have, like, as Atas as Joe, she's okay to pay $3 per square feet for this area. But for myself, I should say that I'm a more conservative person. I just want to make sure that when I buy something, it's always at the lower tail of the PSS.
You just want to walk down where there's food, it doesn't matter where
yes,
whether it's in
correct.
JB or in River Valley, you're good with it. Yeah, so if you want a more in-depth analysis of your situation, whether is this the correct property, or if you want analysis of other property questions you want to discuss with us, do connect with us and we will love to meet up with you. This is our contact here.
We see you soon.
你讲太快，我跟不上哎。
It's quite fine. It's a quite okay view 啦。
讲得很勉强这样。
你巴黎。哦，这怎么讲啊？不要笑啊。
3 bed because it is a C shape.
C shape, yeah.
不是，这个是铺嘞 ，Hello。铺跟 river 的软竹拱。我读哦，对，我讲 square meter。
这进不了你啊。
Your capital， 不能讲什么。
可以了。等一下，one more time，坐下，借电话。啊！
我老天，
对。Gabriel。